Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to House of Illustration. My name is Colin Mackenzie. I'm the director of House of Illustration, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to what is, in illustration terms, the sort of equivalent of the Oscars, as you probably can appreciate. But of course, it's much better than the Oscars. It's more prestigious. In addition to the fame for the winners, there's actual money. It's not just about a statuette. There's money for the winners, which makes it... Also, like the Oscars, we're doing away with the idea of a single host this year. The host for the evening, me and my fellow judges, Sherry and Laura, Sherry's going to talk after me, and then Laura's going to present the prizes. I was just going to say a little bit about House of Illustration to start us off. We were founded, as most of you hopefully know, in 2002 by Sir Quentin Blake. And we exist to celebrate illustration in all its forms. We're the UK's only public gallery devoted to illustration in all its forms, and actually one of the only galleries in the world devoted to illustration. And from the outset, we have wanted passionately to cultivate and recognise new talent in illustration, which is something that we do very well, we feel, in the book illustration competition. We're also immensely proud of our association with the Folio Society. This is the 9th year of this competition. Folio, you all know already, but they have an unrivaled reputation for producing the most covetable, lovable, cuddleable, is that a word? Cuddleable? Lots of editors in the room who will tell me it isn't a word, cuddleable books. And they have done more than any other publisher, I think, since 1947 to champion illustration. And we're very proud to be working with Folio Society on this competition. As you know, the subject for this year's competition is Diana Wynne Jones's Howl's Moving Castle. And it's been a book that has influenced many generations now of children. It inspired a great film, which has inspired many more people. But it's also, she's also an author who has inspired everyone from Philip Pullman to Neil Gaiman to Penelope Lively to J.K. Rowling. And so we were very interested to see what the response would be from the illustration community to this as a competition. And it was a surprise to us that this book generated even more competition entries than any previous book, including Sherlock Holmes last year. So it was phenomenally high response. We had over 500 entries from 47 countries, and it was very, very fierce competition for the 25 shortlist places, which is the perfect point for me to hand over to Sherry G, who is art director at Folio, who's promised she's not going to do an Olivia Colman and blow raspberries at the audience or anything like that, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about the judging and about Folio. So please welcome Sherry.
Thank you, Colin. So this is the 9th year that we've collaborated with House of Illustration in hosting the book illustration competition, and it's been great to work together. We're both so passionate about illustration, so it's been a perfect fit. To date, we've presented £55,000 worth of prizes for this competition, and together Colin and I have seen thousands of entries. We very much appreciate all of the hard work, and not to mention time, that goes into each entry. Whilst everyone is surely entering to win, it goes without saying that the very process of entering the competition is a great insight into what it takes to work on a Folio Society commission. All of our commissions begin with the illustrator reading the book. Then they also have to make decisions about what they'd like to illustrate, choosing scenes that inspire them. It's really important that that initial scene selection is led by the illustrator's excitement and curiosity, which will sustain their interest in the project, which may take 6 months of their life, and ultimately will reflect in the final work. Similarly, we also ask our illustrators to come up with binding artwork ideas, and we trust their unique vision for the look of the book. So the fiction commissions test the illustrator's ability to do sequential illustration, to represent the same characters in different scenes, to build tension and mood and atmosphere. Colin and I had the unique opportunity to look at every single entry, to select the top 25 which we felt best answered the brief, to produce 3 cracking illustrations suitable for the book, the narrative style and the audience, and to conceive an equally eye-catching binding illustration, something that will stand out just as well in your hand as it will on our website. Each entry needed to be complete in that respect, with a great cover and 3 great illustrations. So though this 25 represents the best cohesive entries, there were many beautiful designed elements in many of the entries which sadly we couldn't put through because something was letting them down, but there were so many lovely things. And I have to say, I really enjoyed wading through green slime in the judging. It's so funny how illustrators often pick the same scene, and Colin and I were just mentioning sometimes picking a different scene makes them really stand out. But it was quite fun, the amount of green slime. And so we want to offer our congratulations to everyone who took part, and a special congratulations to the long list. The standard was exceptional, wasn't it? It's getting better every year. Howl's Moving Castle seems to have really captured the imagination of all the entrants. We're especially impressed by the student entries. It's judged anonymously. We don't know if people, anything really. And in fact, this year, we even had to look up if they were students, and we're often surprised, weren't we? You know, fabulous. And at this point, I'd like to offer a round of applause for the long list. I think they're fabulous. Tonight we will be celebrating the 5 runners-up and the winner chosen from the long list. And it should be noted that each year we strive to develop new talent as much as we do reward excellence at any stage of a career. The long list, therefore, always has a careful balance of both students and professional illustrators. As Colin was saying, each of the 5 runners-up will be awarded £500, and the winner will be commissioned to complete the illustrations for our forthcoming edition of Howl's Moving Castle, which will be published by the Folio Society in October. In this final stage of judging, Colin and I were joined by colleagues Olivia Ahmed, curator at House of Illustration, Sophie Lewis, book editor at Folio Society, last year's winner, Max Loeffler, who won for his Sherlock Holmes. Oh, that's next year. And we were really grateful to be joined by Laura Cecil. Laura ran her own literary agency for children's books for over 45 years, in her time representing both authors and illustrators, and was named lead agent to Howl's Moving Castle author Diana Wynne Jones. So we were thrilled to have Laura on the judging panel, not only for her impeccable taste in illustration, but she was also able to give us a unique insight into the book, having worked with Diana and knowing Howl almost intimately. Without taking any more of your time, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of the judges, many of whom are in the room, the teams both at House of Illustration and the Folio Society who've worked really hard behind the scenes to put all of this together. And now I would like to hand over to Laura to reveal the shortlist and the winner.
Can everyone hear me? Yes, that sounds fine. I'd first like to say that if I get the pronunciation of some of the names wrong, please forgive me. The first shortlisted illustrator is Emily Altman. Please come. Emily, please come up to the stage to collect your prize. The second shortlisted illustrator is Julia Bernhard. The third shortlisted illustrator is Marina Evlavana. Sorry about my pronunciation. The fourth illustrator is Harry Woodgate. The fifth shortlisted illustrator is Tanya Yakunova. Havel.
And we have one more winner, which is the eagerly awaited People's Choice, after which you can all abandon yourself to alcohol. People's Choice Award is by public vote via our website, and this year we had more votes than ever before as well. We had over 5,000 people voting in total, which makes Strictly Come Dancing look kind of positively amateur by comparison now. And so the winner of the 2019 People's Choice Awards is, I'm going to do that long pause, is, and then the camera pans around, Lulu Chen. So thank you very much, all of you, for coming along, and please just enjoy the rest of the evening. And while you're here, do enjoy the exhibition Around the Walls, which is also, of course, illustration. Thank you very much.